Hello Pisces, in this video a tarot reading for you guys. I'm Andy and we are using Tarot in Wonderland this week. Also using the chakra deck to get some extra insight into what's going on inside us, as well as all the magic that's in the world around us and whatever's coming in. Okay, so let's start with a shuffle and say, what is the first card in this reading for the sign of Pisces? Please, what is the first card for Pisces? Let's turn over the top one now, and we've got, actually, number one, Major Arcana, very close to the heart kind of energy, this, Mr. Caterpillar, and he is the Magician. So we've got it all going on in this card. We've got the, he's got the pentacle, he's got the sword, he's got the wand, and he's got the cup there, and they're showing up above his head in a magical, mystical kind of way here. And this is about drawing those two worlds together, really. Now, this card has a lot to do with the beginning of a journey, but it's not quite the beginning. The absolute beginning of the tarot journey, of course, is number 0, the Fool. So you've got your first steps made here, Pisces, into the next leg of your life journey. No doubt about that, the way this card shows up. But how does the magic work in your life? How do you get on with mystical matters? And really, are you possibly inclined to step back a bit because it's all a little bit too mystical and a little bit out there? Well, take heart and keep going, okay? Because that really does show, among other things, that you are actually in charge of yourself. You've got a handle on your own destiny at the moment. So that card reminds us of that. And I'm particularly drawn to the wand. I mean, what I get drawn to in a card varies from reading to reading. And in this one, I'm really drawn to the wand. All the symbols are there, of course, but just the fact that the wand really jumps out at me now is saying, go ahead, it's good to go ahead, it's good to get things done. And really, that journey has actually started already. That's the truth of it. So let's go into the chakra deck and say, tell us a bit more about number 1, the Magician card in this reading for the sign of Pisces. Tell us some more, please. And we'll turn over the top card. And what have we got? Inner strength. Right, well, that's what you're going to need to bring the two worlds together, really, because what's coming in mystical terms, probably what's been in your dreams, I would say, more than anything, but it might be things that life is suggesting to you, that friends and people are suggesting to you. It might even be ideas you're having about your love life. Who knows? I don't, but I guess you do. That's the important thing, because these readings and the interpretations are really all about you, Pisces. Okay, so inner strength. When we look at this card, this character looks a little bit, oh no, as if there's a load of extra work to do or something like that. Well, in a way there is, but it isn't actually extra work, okay? Because the Magician says that all your psychic senses and everything that you're about as a person is actually the reason you need to call on this inner strength. Now, it's solar plexus chakra, this card, so it is all about personal power, and you do have plenty of that. Nothing to worry about there because we've got the Magician there. Another card that would say just about the same thing in this particular reading and in this context would be Temperance, and the Temperance card can involve springing back from things as well as embracing them wholeheartedly. And I definitely see that influence here. So the Magician is saying go ahead and get on with it. But Inner Strength is saying take your time, you know, but do draw on that inner strength, because the universe doesn't get you started on a new path until you're 100% ready to take those steps and make those moves and get going. Okay, so that's number 1, the Magician, and also number 1 in the reading, and inner strength as well, that solar plexus chakra, that personal power. Maybe it needs to be sharpened a little bit. Only you know how you're going to do that. But do something that is uplifting for you and lets you feel in control. Maybe if you play an instrument or something like that, that's always a wonderful affirmation. It doesn't have to be that. It could be painting, drawing, could be cooking, anything, whatever it is that you do, Pisces, that we could call esoteric, which means kind of out of this world, really, ideas that you bring into this world. Anything you cook, you draw, you play on an instrument, anything at all, even playing in a game, starts off as an idea in your head and comes out into the real world and makes it into reality that way. So that's the way to go, really. Do whatever that is. That will just allow you to demonstrate to yourself that you do have the strength to do these things. So let's turn over the next card. Now, it's upside down. It's number 21 It's the world, and it's upside down. We'll take a quick look at this one the right way up, just so we know what we're doing. Now, the world is all about completion, and there's a lot of balance indicated in this card as well. We can see that Alice actually has both of the wands, and she's turned her back on the chessboard there, so she's completed the game in so many ways. But then the, what is it, the spade, the diamond, the club, and the heart there suggest that there's still a game going on. And that isn't really a problem with the world card, because when this comes up, you've pretty much got all the tools you need. And I would even say that with it coming up out upside down as well. But there's going to be more of a game to play, because not everything is in balance. But that is coolio. We're right at the beginning of the reading here. There's plenty more to go. That's card number 2. It's the world, and it's upside down. Now, coming in after the magician, that does say that we need to do some inner work, you know, really think inside yourself. Outside the box, please. It's always best to think outside the box, but thinking that way within yourself and in terms of what you feel you can handle and what you feel you can do. Because the more you focus on that, the more possibilities you're actually going to see for how you could go forward. So think about what you've got. As I just said, the universe doesn't bring anything into being for you until you're ready to handle it, Pisces. That's the case for everyone living. So don't worry about it, but there's definitely some more to go. The good news is it's number 21 in the Major Arcana. It's close to the end of the journey, really. So it's very, very positive, and it does say, like the Magician card, really, that you've got what it takes. You've got everything that you actually need to make sense of that. So I'm shuffling the chakra cards, and let's turn over the top chakra card now. Excuse me. And we have number 7. We are in the base chakra, the root chakra. The first chakra, you could say, it's actually the second chakra in this deck, because the Earth Star chakra is the first one. That's where we ground ourselves. But this is good. That just the fact that we've moved up to the base chakra for this card means that everything is looking reasonably well grounded. If you're not confident of that, do ground yourself. But I feel you'll have been doing that all along, because we got the Magician card, and that says that those kind of things are looking pretty good, if not fantastic. Now then, holistic health. Great deal of healing implied in this card as well. It's the caduceus, which we associate with paramedics, a badge that paramedics wear, and the health professions, really, and the doctors and nurses and everyone in health who contributes to our health in this world. Now, this doesn't take anything away at all from healing in the spiritual sense. I do believe that God gave us all our doctors and all the scientific discoveries that have helped so much. Excuse me a minute. I keep getting a gravelly throat today. And I did try to kind of have plenty to drink before I did the reading, but it hasn't worked. I still keep coughing. So I could do with some holistic health as well. That would do me no end of good, really. Now then, that is what is going to help more than anything else to bring things into balance, so we can turn the world card the right way up. That's what's going to be all about. Okay, so think within yourself, and because it's the base chakra, think money, safety, security. Do you feel okay about all those things? This suggests strongly that you can feel okay about all those things. But sometimes we need to do a little bit of meditation and, dare I say it, a little bit of work on the heart and soul before we can actually feel totally comfortable. But you need to feel comfortable, you know, no matter how much energy might be coming in from the outside. You need to feel comfortable, because these things are happening to you, Pisces, and that is the main thing, you know. If you're not enjoying life, and if you're not enjoying where the mystical life is taking you, it is no good. These things go in cycles. There'll be another cycle along before you know it, but make sure you're happy with where you're going and with what these things mean to you. Okay, let's move on now, and I'm asking for the third card in this spread for Pisces. Now, it's a 5-card reading, so this is the heart of the matter, really. Okay, we'll turn one over, and what have we got? One of my favourite characters, actually, the sheep shopkeeper. She's the Queen of Pentacles. So being a Pentacles card, it's Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. Somewhere in your birth chart or somewhere in your own kind of group of friends, maybe your family. I feel possibly family is an influence here because this is something that's holding you back from asking for what you want. Excuse me. I'll get the words out in the end. In the story, Alice has done everything she needs to do to be able to choose whatever she wants from the sheep shopkeeper's shop. That's a tricky one. There we are. But in the actual story, she chooses an egg, so there's a lot of new life indicated here. But the sheep shopkeeper won't just hand her the egg. The sheep shopkeeper says, no, you must take the egg yourself. It would never do if I handed it to you. She doesn't explain why it would never do, but take it from me, folks, and take it from the sheep shopkeeper. It really wouldn't do. So there's some new life coming into being. It's a very positive card because it's a royal, part of the royal cards, the court cards, that's the word I'm looking for, in the Pentacles suit. So it's really high up energy, and if the sheep shopkeeper, the Queen of Pentacles, says you can have this, then believe me, Pisces, you can have it, absolutely for sure. Let's go into the chakra deck and find out some more. In this reading for the sign of Pisces about the meaning of the Queen of Pentacles. What's she all about and where is she taking us? And we turn over the top card, and this time, well, we're in the root chakra again. But this looks rather more fun. It's abundance, so abundance is coming. But because it's the Queen of Pentacles, it's abundance that you're going to have to reach out and take for yourself. And that really is how it works, actually. Abundance doesn't really come from other people. Other people can help with it a great deal. A lot of the abundance that's in my life at the moment started off with meeting a good friend who's been around me for years now. But I've had to do stuff all the way to make it actually work out and to make it positive. And we don't always get the immediate rewards that we want. If you look at the numbers of views on my YouTube videos, you'll see that I bubble along as a small channel. I don't anticipate growing a great deal on YouTube, but goodness me, these readings make me grow an awful lot within myself, and they bring good things to me in other areas of my life, which is great, and they have brought me great abundance. So abundance isn't always piles of money falling out of nowhere, but it is always good, and the more abundance we have, the more abundance we draw to ourselves. Okay, so we'll pair that up with the sheep shopkeeper there, who I could barely pronounce. Now, can you see Alice? There's a little doll of Alice up on the shelf right here. And that just shows that she belongs in that shop. She's done what it takes to actually belong. So as we look at the abundance card here, just quiet your root chakra, your base chakra down, because it's all about money, safety and security down there. And this says that, you know, you can feel secure with whatever abundance you've got because it's due to you, it belongs to you, and it's all looking good in that direction. Gosh, I wish I didn't have this gravelly throat, but it's been really rough weather. You'll have to excuse me. I am doing my best, and I'm shuffling now and asking for the next card. This is going to be card number 4 in this reading for the sign of Pisces. I'm doing this early March 2020. Best time to watch these videos is right now when you're watching them. And do check out my channel. There are getting on for 700 readings on there now. And if you're drawn to one, great. Don't worry what it says about the star sign. Just go for it. Because if you're drawn to it, you're drawn to it for a reason. Okay, let's turn over the top card from Tarot in Wonderland. And it's Major Arcana again. Actually, this is the third Major Arcana card we've had out of 4 so far. So this is really active energy. This is kind of, this is a bit like if you were a cardinal sign, you know, that kind of thing. Things really do need to get done here, Pisces, and things are happening big time. So it's number 11 and it's justice. Now, we have stepped back a little bit from the world here, but that is what we were actually doing, isn't it, Pisces? Because the world came up inverted, reversed, upside down, whichever way you want to see it. Now, this is very much a court of law kind of scenario. We've got no idea whether the king and queen are being totally fair or not, and that's quite a worry, isn't it? So just think, if you're called to judge a situation or a person, and I believe you will be called to do that as this card has come up, Pisces, try and judge them the way you would want to be judged yourself. Do you need to get your pound of flesh out of someone, or do you need to be lenient? Do you need to get your pound of flesh out of yourself? You know, sometimes we have parts of ourselves that we don't like, and we can get into a cycle of self-punishment in some ways. That's never a good thing, particularly after everything's looking so positive in the chakras so far in this reading. Okay, so we'll go back to the Magician card that we opened with there and say that you've got really all the tools you need as a person and as a magical being to make things happen, and you're going to deserve to be in possession of whatever abundance has come your way by the time you get here. Because even though the World card was upside down, it was still the World card, and it still shows that you've got the choice to do what you want. You've got the choice to go in any direction, whichever way life takes you. Okay, so back into the chakra deck now, and let's see what's going on in the chakras around number 11, the Justice card here. Turn over the top one. Nurturing, and we are right down in the Earth Star chakra here. Okay, this is down in the goddess energy that gives us all life. This really is the world that we stand on, the earth we stand on, and everything about nature. And we've got two wonderful animals here. Are they lions or tigers? I should know by now. I think they're tigers, but I'm not really sure. I must look that up actually and find that out, because I enjoy using this card. But never mind exactly what animals they are. They are animals. It's animal energy, which doesn't get bogged down in any of the mad human considerations that rule nearly all of our lives. There's the purple of healing in it, and there is the gold of absolute spiritual cosmic treasure there as well. So even though it's down in the ground, it's when we've got everything underneath our feet nice and solid and secure that we're really able to draw the abundance down that we saw in the Queen of Pentacles card not long ago. And in terms of justice, can you see what's going on here? Basically, we've got a mother and a cub, and when it comes to justice, sometimes the cub makes a mistake, does something wrong, or isn't, maybe, and that could represent part of yourself. That's what I'm getting at, Pisces. Part of yourself might be kind of offending you in a way. You might wish you could change something about yourself, but the Godhead here, the parent, the universe, if you will, that gives us life, Pisces, is saying, that's okay, doesn't matter what you do, I will always look after you. Okay, that's a real nice energetic thought there. So pairing it up with number 11, justice, whatever happens in terms of judgment, and you really may have to exercise your judgment here, I would strongly suggest be lenient. That's always the best way to go. Punishment never did anybody any good, particularly not self-punishment. But as long as people have learned the lesson, punishment is kind of a pointless thing. It's just something we have in this world, something that we like to almost rely on to feel that everything's in balance, you know. But the main thing about keeping things in balance is actually using your judgment in a positive way. That's what really gets things happening. That's what really makes things work. Okay, so we move on now to what's actually going to be the outcome card, because this is a 5-card spread for Pisces. So we'll do another chakra card as we go, and we may even get into the oracle cards. I think that would be a good thing to do, because the more significance we get, the better. But let's turn over a card now on the top of the deck and see what's going to be the outcome card in this sign, in this reading for the sign of Pisces. Upside down again, it's the moon. It is number 28. So no, it's not, it's number 18. How could it be 28 in a 22 cards major arcana? Not at all. It's number 18, but it's a long way into the second leg of the journey, and we really are getting close to completion. But there is always that danger of a false light. We'll look at it the right way up there, and we can see that the character is getting some advice from the walrus there, and that there are many other animals about. And I see the lobster, or is it the crab, coming out of the water there with its nippers. A lot like in The Fool's Journey, where the dog comes up to bite the fool's leg to say there may be hidden dangers. There may be hidden dangers here, because there's a lot to say in a positive sense about this card. And it did come out upside down, so maybe things are better than they look. But watch out for that false light. Watch out for that danger. Now, Pisces, are you maybe too much alert at this time? Are you maybe too much kind of coming from a place of fear and worrying about being misguided or being led in the wrong direction by other people and by circumstances as well. Well, there's nothing we can do about circumstances except always affirm that, we are what we are. If you say, I am this, I am that, then you link yourself up to the universal I am energy. And so you declare who you are, you declare which way you want to go. Get advice, get help by all means. That's why we're a pack animal. That's why we live on this earth with other people and with all the divine influences and cosmic stuff going on as well. But that card is so close to completion in the major arcana that it does show things in a positive light, and it does show things are going forward. And if you're in a slight bit of darkness at the moment, I don't mean kind of evil darkness, just kind of wondering which way everything's going to turn out, then fear not, because when we get the moon, it's part of a cycle. The sun will be along later the same day or earlier the same morning. Which way you want to look at it is entirely up to you. But that moon energy, it is all reflected sunlight, you see. That's the really important thing about it. It's all about reflections from the sunlight. So I'm into the chakra deck now, and we'll find out a little bit more about the moon in this reading for Pisces. Let's turn over the top card. Here we go, number 6, and we're back in the root chakra again. So there have been some concerns around that false light energy, but look at the balance here. And what makes this really beautiful is, in so many ways, is all the light around it here. But what actually makes the light look as beautiful as it is the dark patches in it. If it wasn't for the dark patches, if it wasn't for the shade, we wouldn't be truly aware of the divine light, the cosmic light. We're really in the root chakra here. That's 3 out of the 5 chakra cards have been root chakra. So think money, safety, security, but don't overthink those things, friends. That's what's really important. We'll pair this up with the moon, which came up upside down there. And just remember, it is all about balance, Pisces, okay? That is the main essence of anything spiritual. There was a chap talking about all the bad weather we've been having in, not just in UK, but all around the world in the last month or two. And it really is all about balance, It goes on high pressure or low pressure. When there's low pressure, there's somewhere else in the world with high pressure. So that high pressure rushes in towards the low pressure, gives us all a big storm, but actually it's bringing things into balance all the time, absolutely all the time. So in so many ways, it's looking pretty good, Pisces, okay? There's been a couple of inverted cards, a couple of reversed cards, a couple of rather confusing things come up, so I guess there's some confusion going on in the Pisces situation at this time. But take heart, friends, everything we've looked at has turned out positive, or it's shown the potential to turn out in the most positive way possible. I'm looking behind me because it's time to pick up Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light deck. I'm going to have a shuffle in here, find something else, and just say, let's have one card just to tell us, really is a significator card, giving us more information about this whole reading that we've done here for the sign of Pisces. Tell us more about this whole reading for the sign of Pisces, please. Keepers of the Light. What have we got? The Divine Director. There he is. Intervention and purpose. So the universe can intervene. Sometimes you're going to have to intervene. And if you do, particularly around the Justice card there, always try and do it in the most balanced way you can. It says down here, divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And this is the great thing, actually, about all those inverted cards. Wherever there's confusion, wherever things aren't working out right, it draws in the divine love to make things balance. It really does. In the Violet Flame decree, or one of them anyway, it talks about shimmering in a crystal cave and searching out all hidden pain. And wherever there is pain, this purple ray, the 9th ray, the ray of Saint Germain, and all the cosmic healing forces is ready and active to come in. And wherever that pain is hidden, somehow the light will get in eventually. Okay, Right, well, I'm going to wrap that one up here. Thank you very much for watching, Pisces. Keep it here, keep it Twig Brother. Next week, an amazing new deck that you're going to love. But that's it from this one for the sign of Pisces. Do give me a thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. It's great to share the journey, and it's great to zero in on who I'm doing these readings for. Subscribe, tap the bell, check out my channel. It's all there for you. And if you tap that bell to receive all notifications, then you won't miss anything. Links to all kinds of good things down there. There's the Twitter page, so you can tweet. There's the Facebook group you can join. You can follow me on Instagram, and all of those things give me the chance to follow you as well. If there's anything I can do for you, a reading or whatever, get in touch, please. It's 35and83@gmail.com. That's 35and83@gmail.com. Meanwhile, have a fantastic week ahead, have a fantastic life ahead, and check out my next Pisces video, which will be coming up pretty soon. Have a good one. Thanks again for watching. Peace.